A metal-raised garden bed and a livestock water trough are the same thing. Galvanized steel, bent into a box, filled with dirt. One is sold to you in the garden aisle as a lifestyle upgrade. The other sits in the farm section, heavier, for about the same money. The garden version is thinner steel that ships flat in a box. You bolt it together yourself, and it usually costs more than the tank that needs no assembly at all. That gap is the whole aisle in one shelf. You are not paying for the product. You are paying for the word on the box. The garden center at a big box store looks like a place that sorts good from bad for you. It does not. It is a floor plan built to move margin. The smart-looking buy is where the store makes its money. The genuine value is one shelf over, unbranded, and quietly ignored. The aisle is merchandised, not curated. Now you already distrust the plants. Everybody knows the sad half-dead clearance rack is a gamble. That is the obvious target, and it is not the story. The real money moves through the things that look responsible. The kit, the brand name bag, the premium tool with the comfortable grip. Those are where you overpay without ever feeling played. Here is how the floor is built. 3 levers move your money, and none of them are hidden. They are just not the thing your eye lands on. The first lever is the label. The same commodity costs more when the box says garden. You are buying letters on cardboard. The second lever is shelf position and bag size. Eye-level shelves and small grab bags carry the worst deals in the store. The little bag of potting soil right at hand is priced for the impulse. The big bag one shelf down is far cheaper for what is inside it. Miracle Grow potting mix runs around $8 for the 25-quart bag. The 50-quart bag runs around $14.50. Check today's tag, because these move. But look at that math. You get double the soil for less than double the price. The small bag can cost you close to twice as much per quart of the exact same dirt. The store is not hiding the better deal. It just did not put it where your hand reaches. The third lever is the brand itself. On seeds and tools especially, the name you recognize costs more than the equal or better thing beside it. You read familiar as safe, and the aisle charges you for that comfort. If you have ever walked out of a garden center feeling responsible and slightly broke, this is why. And it is exactly the kind of thing worth catching before your next trip. Subscribe, and you will see through the next aisle before you spend in it. Because once you know the 3 levers, the traps light up on their own. 4 ways the aisle takes you. Let me walk the traps in order. Worst value first. These are not bad products. They are bad buys at the price and the place you find them. The first trap is the flat-pack metal raised bed kit as your default choice. It is sold on looks and on modularity, and it runs north of $100 for an 8x4 footprint. The steel is thin. The panels bolt together, which means seams, which means the first place it will fail. Compare it to a galvanized stock tank from the farm side of the same store. A 2x4x2 tank runs around $140, and it is heavier single-piece steel with a sealed bottom. You drill a few drainage holes and it outlives the kit by years. The trap is paying a lifestyle premium for less metal. The second trap is the small grab bag of brand name soil. You did the math already. The convenient size is the expensive size. Reach past it. The third trap is the seed rack. A packet of the familiar national brand runs $2 to $4. That is the same money the heirloom mail order houses charge. Baker Creek averages around $4 a packet. Botanical Interest sits close to that, but those catalog packets often carry more seeds, better documentation, and varieties they actually grew and tested on a farm. The rack packet frequently holds fewer seeds and common mass-market genetics. You are paying specialist prices for supermarket seeds and a thin count. Flip the packet over. The seed count is printed right there on the back, where the display will not show you. The fourth trap is the premium ergonomic trowel. This is the $20 to $30 one with the soft molded grip that feels great in the store. Here is the problem. That blade is often stamped from a sheet of steel, and stamped blades bend at the neck. The neck is called the tang, the little bridge between the blade and the handle. It is the single most common place a cheap trowel fails, so you paid a premium price for the exact construction that breaks first. The grip felt nice. The steel did not follow through. That is the villain list, and every one of them looks like the sensible pick, which raises the real question. If the expensive stuff is the trap, what in this aisle is actually worth your money? Because there is real value here. It is just wearing no marketing at all. What's actually worth your money? Here is the hero list, and it is the part worth saving. Same aisle, same store, quietly good. Start with the big bag of plain soil. The large size and the plain amendments win on price per quart almost every time. The topsoil, the compost, the 50-quart mix. Buying up a size is the single cheapest move you can make in the garden center. Same soil, less money, done. If you take one thing from this, take that. Next, the galvanized stock tank. Yes, the same one from the trap list, now on the hero side. It is the answer to the kit. Heavy single-piece steel, a sealed bottom, no assembly, decades of life. Around $140 for a 2x4x2, which is roughly what the thinner kit costs. Drill your drainage holes and you have a raised bed that will likely outlive you. If your big box store carries stock tanks in the farm and ranch section, that is the same store. Better aisle. Personally, I would rather buy more steel than more packaging. The tank is more steel. Now the seeds, done right. For the same $2 to $4, the specialist houses hand you higher counts and trialed varieties. Baker Creek, Botanical Interests, Johnny's. In the store itself, the honest move is the plain high-count packet over the marketed display up front. There is a real camp of gardeners who plan the whole thing from a winter catalog. Another camp buys the packet the morning they plant. Both end up with a garden. Pick your style. Just read the count before you pay. Then the tool that lasts. Skip the stamped premium trowel and find the one-piece or forged blade with a lifetime warranty. A Wilcox All-Pro is one solid piece of stainless steel made in the USA. It runs around $25 to $35. A DeWitt is hand-forged with an ash handle, lifetime warranty, around $20 to $29. Those tools do not have a tang to bend because the metal runs straight through. And if one ever fails, the warranty replaces it free. That is a buy-it-once tool at the price of the disposable one. Maybe you love the rust-proof stainless. Maybe you love the forged carbon steel you oil and hand down. Either one outlasts the soft grip trowel by decades. That is a fight where both sides win. Last, the basic digging tools, judged on spec instead of brand. Look for 14-gauge or heavier steel on anything you dig or pry with. Look for a fiberglass or solid hardwood handle. The plain store brand tool that meets those numbers beats the marketed one that does not. The spec is what does the work. Your move in the aisle. So here is the rule, and it fits in one line. In the garden aisle, buy the material, not the label. Before anything goes in your cart, ask it one question. Am I paying for the product or the packaging? If the value is printed on the box instead of built into the spec, put it back. Go find the plain version of the same thing. It is almost always one shelf over. Divide the price by the quarts on the soil bag. Flip the seed packet and read the count. Check the gauge on the steel. Look for the lifetime warranty on the tool. Every one of those facts is published. Not one of them is advertised. The store did the hiding by putting the marketing at eye level and the truth in small print. Do that, and the garden center stops being a place that plays you. It becomes a place you raid on your own terms. You walk in knowing the tank beats the kit and the big bag beats the small one. The count beats the brand. The forged blade beats the grip. You walk out with the cheap thing that works instead of the expensive thing that was sold to you. That is the whole game. The aisle was always readable. Now you can read it.